Just improvise and adjust. You know, we talked about that the first day of training camp. We knew it was going to be a season where that was going to be called upon, you know, several times probably, and that's held true. And I think our players have done a great job.
After a week that was anything but normal due to Thanksgiving and coronavirus, the Broncos are set to host the Saints on Sunday. They come marching in with a 7-game winning streak. Your stat to watch: both Melvin Gordon and Phillip Lindsay each rushed for more than 80 yards last week against the Dolphins. They'd like to get that running game going again this week, but it will be much tougher. The Saints have not given up a 100-yard rusher in more than 3 years, not since week 11 of the 2017 season.
I love Mel, I love Phil, I love those guys a lot. I talk to them on a regular basis. You know, they're tremendous backs, you know, probably two of the best backs in the league, in my opinion. And it's great to get out in open space with them and create running lanes for them and let them do what they do best.
A week after facing Tua Tagovailoa, the Broncos are set to face another young quarterback in Taysom Hill. Now, Hill isn't a rookie, but he did make his first start of his career last week in place of Drew Brees against the Atlanta Falcons. He performed admirably and showed that he's a true dual-threat quarterback as he completed 18 of 23 passes for 233 yards and also ran the ball 10 times for 49 yards and 2 touchdowns. But the Broncos may be able to pressure the young quarterback. He was sacked 3 times by the Falcons, and of course the Broncos were extremely successful against Tua last week when they beat Miami. They sacked Tua 6 times and forced 5 3-and-outs in their win. Now, if they can get to Taysom Hill the same amount of times, maybe get some pressure, whether that's with a blitz or with 4 rushers, they may be able to keep the Saints offense in check and perhaps even force a turnover or 2. If they can do that, maybe they'll be able to upset the 8-2 Saints.
This week's key matchup to watch is Saints wide receivers Emmanuel Sanders and Michael Thomas going up against the Broncos secondary. Now, Emmanuel Sanders is making his return to the Mile High City after spending 4.5 seasons and winning a Super Bowl with the Broncos. So we all know what type of threat he poses. But the primary responsibility for this Broncos secondary will be containing Michael Thomas, who's arguably one of the best receivers in the NFL. However, the 2019 Offensive Player of the Year has only played in 4 games this season due to an ankle and hamstring injury. But he is coming off a big game last week against the Falcons. So we'll see if AJ Bouye and the Broncos secondary are up for the test on Sunday.
The final word. You didn't think we'd go a whole show without talking about Drew Lock, did you? The Broncos hope he turned the corner in last week's win because they'll need to put up some points in this one. The Saints are averaging nearly 30 points a game. That's 6th best in the NFL and makes them 6-point favorites in this one. And now a look at injuries. All eyes are on Jerry Jeudy. He is officially listed as questionable, would have been limited if the Broncos had practiced on Friday. A couple of offensive linemen also dinged up, and on the defensive side, Bryce Callahan once again questionable with that foot injury.
That's what the Saints defense is. You know, you go down the lineup, you can name every single one of their players, and they all play like it's their first year in the league, flying around, hitting, you know, making the big plays, and just looking pretty fresh out there, and they're playing. They're flying around.